So this is Darcy's Corner. It's Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Still a pandemic going on, but the pandemic restrictions are gone now. Just every now and again, I'll probably keep mentioning that. I just kind of wanted to share this thought, even though I've shared it before. I'll probably share it for the rest of my life. That I'm still upset that I'm getting to be me now. I'm 43 years old. I just started to be the real me. And when I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing the wrinkles under my eyes and I'm realizing my age, I can't help but feel angry that I never got to be a little girl or a young woman. I'm watching different movies and videos, and I was watching movies I watched before when I didn't know necessarily, or maybe I knew but I wasn't embracing it. And I'm watching Tom Holland in Spider-Man, and I'm thinking, he looks good. Because there's a couple of scenes there where he's not wearing any clothes except for his boxers. See, before I never let myself explore my genders or my sexualities. And it's not that I have a thing for Tom Holland. He's fine. I don't have a thing for any celebrity. They're what they are. They're something pretty to look at on the TV screen. They're not people that I will ever meet in my real life. And even if I do meet them in my real life, I'm not going to have a relationship with any of them. What you're seeing on the screen is a fantasy of what that person is. And it's just a character they're portraying at the time. So I'm sure that all those actors are real people and have real personalities. But the point to my ramble here is I'll never find a young man who's interested in me as a young woman, or an older man who's interested in me as a young woman, or whatever direction it is you go to. I'll never have that. That'll never be a part of my life. That was taken from me in my childhood. And it wasn't that my family was mean or cruel to me. They weren't. But I never got to be me. It's wrong for people to decide for others what their gender is going to be. You take away so much from so many people because you think it's your right to decide how I'm going to live my life. Who were you to decide that? The fact that people are doing that today still to children is disgusting. Yes, let the children see trans people or drag people reading storybooks. Let them see people like me in their daily life and know that we are always around. We've always been here. But I'm a cautionary tale. I don't ever want a little girl to look like me when she grows up. I want her to look like the beautiful young woman that she's going to become, regardless of what she was born with between her legs. And the same with little boys. There are many trans men who become men much later in life, and they're not the men they want to be. Their voice is wrong, or their hair is wrong, or they got the hips and the large chest, and they can have the chest removed, but those hips are there for life. if they can go on testosterone, and some can't do certain health challenges at a certain time, they can't get their voice deepened. We don't have the right, if we believe in individual freedoms, if those are actually important to us, we don't have the right to steal your youth from you. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't use caution and intelligence and take these things in stages. We should. There's plenty of instructional YouTube videos and other people who will explain the process to you of how this is supposed to work, starting with youth. But children should know at the kindergarten age and even before that your gender is in your head. It's not between your legs or on your chest. That's where your gender is. Biology is different from psychology. Biology determines if you're going to have erections or if you're going to have menstrual cycles. But psychology determines if you are a boy or a girl. And if you are a boy with menstrual cycles and they come out get a large chest, that's going to cause you problems. If you are a girl who is unable to bear children because you don't have the right biology for it, that's going to cause problems. And it's difficult. And some of these things we can overcome through hormones or cosmetic surgeries, and some of them we can't. And before we get to those stages of hormones and cosmetic surgeries, we go through the motions and we find out. Personally, I'm gender fluid. That means I have a masculine side that's real, but I have a feminine side that's real too. And my feminine side for me is my dominant side. I just had to hide. For so many years, I forgot I was hiding. And I was trying so hard. Like, why do you think I got a girlfriend in high school? To prove I wasn't gay. That's why I got a girlfriend in high school. That was the reason. What if I didn't have to prove that? And what if it's okay to be gay or not gay? Because if I'm a woman who likes guys, that's actually not all that gay. But I also like women, so I guess I'm still gay. The pool of me to choose from, the people who find me an acceptable person to be around, is so small that I find myself being with people who really don't deserve my company. They're not really good enough for me. Some of them are. Some of them are way too good for me, and I'm very lucky to have them as friends. But the ones who are willing to be intimate with me, like you can count on one hand. Well, if they're all jerks, I just have to pick the least rude one. I mean, not that people have to be perfect for me or around me, but I'm still angry that so much of my life has been stolen from me. And it's so very frustrating because I can't get those years back. And when I see people stealing those years deliberately from children today, it just enrages me. Everyone deserves the opportunity to grow up as themselves. If I had started this as a teenager, I would have way different mannerisms. My speech patterns would be different. My tone would be different. Right now, I'm elevating my voice as high as I can, but it's not about pitch. There's a cadence. There's a way women speak. There's a way men speak. And we speak like who we are around and who we become. And I spent, at least from the age 10 on up, so 20, 30 years, becoming a man when I really wasn't one. And I didn't know I had another option. I can't get those years back. I would never steal those years from another person. Would you? Let people be themselves. And it's okay, by the way, that a lot of the detransitioners, if I had decided to transition at the age of 10 and become a woman and just say, no, I'm her, period, done, and went on the blockers and went on the different hormones and had the surgery immediately as soon as I could reasonably have it, which would be like 15 or 16. That may have been wrong too, because I'm fluid. I have masculine moments. There's masculine parts of me that I like, that I want, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm less of a him or a her, more of a zer. I'm in between, but I lean feminine. There's nothing wrong with that. Pardon me. But I was in my 40s when I found out there was nothing wrong with it and I could do something about it. And I should have known this. Somebody should have told me what this was and explained to me how I can navigate this when I was a child. And no one did, because they were protecting themselves. They weren't protecting me. They were protecting themselves. Because my existence as an in-between would have made them uncomfortable. There was nothing wrong with me then. There's nothing wrong with me now. And none of this should have been hidden from me as a child. Anyway, that's my Darcy's Corner today. I hope this helps someone somewhere. Peace.